Hello, welcome to today's 1-2 flow. Nice, energizing, twisting flow. We're kind of ringing out, it's almost 2022, so just ringing out that old year, getting ready for the new year. So if you wanted to have a towel or a blanket and some blocks handy, that would be um, helpful today. And then if you wanted to, we're going to start in seated. Just a suggestion, you can take your towel or blanket, fold it up, sitting on the edge of that, placing one foot in front of the other, and then just letting those knees gently fall open. If this creates any tension in the hip flexors or anywhere else, feel free to put some blocks underneath your thighs just to kind of soften in that area. Once you've found your seated position, go ahead and maybe rock a little bit back and forth just to feel your sits bones softening down to earth. Take a moment to feel the crown of the head reaching upwards and allow your shoulder blades to glide down along either side of your spine, tops of your shoulders softening. If it feels okay in the space that you're at, go ahead and close your eyes. And if that's not comfortable, just soften your gaze forward. Hands can be on the top of the knees. You can have palms up, fingers to the mat. Whatever just allows your body to soften down here, to release some tension. And on your next inhale, start to inhale as if you could breathe into that space between your hip creases, widening and warming all around your waist, your low back, your low belly. And then allow that inhale to travel up your spine, increasing space in your rib cage, your collarbone, your back, between shoulder blades, all the way to the crown of the head. And then exhale, just soften the belly. But think of drawing up from the pelvic floor as if you were exhaling and drawing upwards up from earth, and that center column staying really sturdy as the exhale melts everything around it. Inhale, widen and warm that low belly, the waist, the back, ribs, shoulders, collarbone. As you exhale, feel as if you were pulling that exhale up from the earth, up through the pelvic floor, through the crown of the head, and the breath softens everything around the center column. And just maintain this expansive breath. Maybe you consider exhaling out of an open mouth, releasing your jaw or your nose. Just let whatever feels good happen here in breath. And today, as we explore twisting, just think of this as space to reflect. Looking back on this past year, and kind of a time to evaluate and take in, to be grateful for, to examine all directions, but with a sense of lightness and ease. So as we go through this twisting, this evaluating, this softening and wringing out, just be gentle with ourselves, non-judgmental in the process, all the way through. Take two more of those widening breaths. So we're really creating some space in the torso. And think of even that breath, maybe it's moving into the legs, moving into the arms, shoulders, creating space there, cleansing and clearing as you exhale. Maybe even a hot hum or a sigh. Then as you're ready, we'll inhale, bring both arms overhead, but maintain shoulder blades softening down. As you exhale, let the left hand soften to the ground, reach the right arm over. Keep that right sits bone down toward the ground. Keep your chest open, shoulders open. Inhale back up through center. Exhale now, right hand down, left hand reaches open, over, left sits bone stays on the ground. Opening the shoulders. Inhale, bring those arms overhead. As you exhale, cactus, draw shoulder blades towards each other, elbows towards the back. Let that heart lift. Still drawing up through the pelvic floor to protect that low back so there's not a huge arch in our low backs. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Then we'll switch out whichever leg you had in front. Bring the opposite one. As you inhale, once again, bring both hands overhead. As you exhale, start to twist. So as you exhale and you're drawing up from the pelvic floor, as we did before, twist from the low belly. Bring that left hand behind, right hand on the top of the knee. You might not twist all the way yet, that's fine. So we're going to create some length. Inhale, wave the spine upward with that breath. As you exhale, keep all that length and draw up from the pelvic floor, then twist from the low belly. Each inhale doing the same. Find that length. Inhale. Let that breath draw all the way up. Wave the spine upward as you exhale. Keep that length and turn over that left shoulder. So today, as we are twisting, making sure that we're mindful, we're always going to be creating space first, lengthening in the spine, and then twisting. So we don't want to twist on a compressed spine. The whole thing about twisting is to gain some space and mobility in our spine. As you exhale, slowly come back towards center, keeping that right hand on top of the left knee. Bring that left hand, cross it over the top onto the right knee. Create a little energetic pull as if you're trying to release your hands and your knees aren't letting you. So there's just a little tiny energetic tension. And then soften each shoulder, just kind of sway from side to side. Breathing into that space in the back body, opening up all muscles around the spine. Twisting is so great to stretch those muscles around the spine. As you inhale, bring those arms overhead. Exhale, cactus, draw shoulder blades together, elbows towards the back. Inhale, come up. This time, once again, inhale, draw and wave that spine up. As you exhale, start that twist from the belly. Bring the right hand behind, left hand on top of the right knee. Take a pause. So move slow in our twist. Inhale, wave the spine upward to find some length. Exhale, twisting, keeping all that length. Tops of the shoulders are softening down. Inhale, wave that spine up. Exhale. Twisting allows our spine to move in all directions. Oftentimes we don't get the chance to experience our spine just in our day-to-day twisting. So just keeping ourselves nice and mobile. And as you exhale, coming back towards center, left hand on top of the right knee, and bring that right hand over on top of the left knee. Little energetic pull. And once again, a little softening down to each side. Breathing into the space between shoulder blades, or maybe you feel this more in your low back. That's fine too. Just let the breath travel to that space. We're creating space for energy to move through as you twist, and we're lengthening the spine, lengthening the space between each vertebrae. Then we'll unwind, bring those arms up once again. Exhale, this time maybe circling out the wrists as you bring the hands down, and then we're going to come into table. So if you have a particularly hard floor, you can have something underneath your knees, your towel or your blanket under your knees, bringing your knees directly underneath hips. Fan out those fingers nice and wide. Wrist can be a little bit more forward from the shoulders. In doing so, you kind of create a little bit more space in your wrists. And we're just going to take a nice big inhale, draw that low belly. So as if your navel, we're going to come to your mid back. Wave that spine forward, crown of the head reaches long. Bring the knees together now, and then as you exhale, we're going to let those hips drift to the left. Circle them around to the back using that breath. Inhale up through center. Exhale around. We're also, a lot of people say wringing out and detoxifying. There's kind of some tension about that, but we're definitely creating motility and mobility when you twist around your organs. So you are creating some more circulation, which does help in the digestion process. And then let's reverse that circling. So bring those hips to the right, circle them around to the back, allowing that blood supply to increase in the internal organs is always a good thing. And then bring those knees back directly underneath your hips. Walking those hands forward, you can even use some blocks here, especially if you know your upper back is a little bit more flexibility. So walking those hands forward, that low belly is still drawing in and up, so that core is protecting the low back. And then kind of keep walking those hands forward, let that chest melt down. Hands can be on the floor here as well. The blocks are just going to create a little bit more space. Keep that gaze forward, shoulder blades gliding down your back. Fingertips are nice and wide. Nice little puppy pose. This just kind of brings that earth up, gives the chest a little bit more space. And so maybe creating a little bit deeper of a stretch. Big inhale in that space between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, open your jaw. Next, inhale, go ahead and come back up, placing those hands now a little bit farther from shoulders or directly underneath shoulders, and some cat-cows. So as you inhale, let those hips lift, belly sinks, heart shines through, chin comes up. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, press the mat away, broaden the space between shoulder blades. Just follow your breath. Just taking time to survey the past year, even as you look back, kind of evaluating what worked, where did we fail, where did we prosper. Then coming back to a neutral spine, so take a nice big inhale, wave that spine forward, crown the head reaches forward, tuck the toes under, fan the fingertips nice and wide, this time making sure that the hands are a little bit forward from the shoulders. Then press that mat forward, press in the balls of the feet, let the hips lift. Take a moment before you straighten into your knees. Feel where your shoulder blades are. So making sure that the shoulders aren't up by the ears or too far down the back, and then you feel those ribs flail, but just a neutral as if you were standing. Then go ahead and straighten into the legs, heel softening towards the mat. They do not need to touch the mat. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, feel the breath going down through the hands, the feet, into the earth. You can take some time to bend into each knee. As you inhale, soften now into the knees, come up high on those toes, then start to wave the spine forward like a giant wave. The tailbone tucks, the spine gets really nice and slinky, then meet in plank pose, crown of the head reaches forward. As you exhale, drop your heels to the left, deepen in your knees. So your seat's going to the left, chest presses straight back. Big deep inhale into that space in between the ribs on the right side. And even notice that compression on the left. Come back to downward facing dog. Soften down to earth on your inhale, and then wave the spine forward, coming back into plank. As you exhale, let the heels drift to the right, deep bend in the knees, feet goes to the right, chest straight back. Big deep inhale, cleansing exhale. Come back to downward facing dog. Big deep inhale in, cleansing exhale. Feel the neck elongate as you exhale. Then taking a look forward, take a deep bend into those knees. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just walk those feet directly underneath hips. Deep bend in the knees. Forward fold. You can take hold of opposite elbow with opposite hand and just sway a little from side to side here. Allow a nice little release in the low back. Taking a look back to see where we've grown. And taking a moment for that gratitude for that growth as well. Then if you like, you can bring a block, having it underneath your face. Bringing just the right hand to the block. We're going to take a bend. Well, let's first just take a nice inhale to find some length here. So inhale, go long through the spine. So it's almost like a little bitty half lift. You can bring hands to the shins here, or hands to the block, or hands to the floor, whichever feels best to you. Exhale, deepen in those knees, forward fold. Keep the right hand on the block, deep bend into that right knee. As you inhale, sweep that left arm, opening up the chest. Nice little twist as you exhale. Come back to center, bend in both knees as you forward fold. Inhale, then that left knee is going to bend, left hand stays down, sweep that right hand open, opening up the chest. Exhale, forward fold, deep bend in both knees. And just follow your breath back and forth here. This twist on the left and on the right. Twists are so good for expanding that heart space. Inhale, opening up. And if you need to create some space in between, take a big inhale, wave that spine forward, then forward fold again. Last time on each side. Exhale. Exhale, just forward fold. Find a release in the low back, release in the head and the neck. Making sure that your weight is set back into your heels, weight back into your hips. Take a nice inhale, find a half lift. Hands can be on the block, floor, or your shins. Exhale, forward fold. One last time. One more nice little inhale. Half lift, weight back in those heels. As you exhale, soften into the knees. Keep all that length, then unhinge. Bring that torso up all the way to Tadasana. As you exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Shoulder blades glide down your back. And then I like to just have blocks near the front of my mat whenever I twist, just in case I need them. My little bunny is right outside the window, and she's so cute. I just saw her. Okay. Take a nice big inhale. Let the shoulder blades draw down your back as you exhale. As you're ready on your next inhale, feel that weight go back into your heels. Inhale, send your hips back, coming into chair pose. So weight back in the heels, weight back in the hips, so we're not forward into the knees. As you exhale, find that twist from the belly. Bring that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, come back up to your center. As you exhale, send that left foot back, coming into high crescent. So if you need to bend into that back knee, inhale, unfurl. Exhale, lower down. As you inhale, bring that left hand forward, right hand back, twist from the low belly. As you exhale, come back forward. Take an inhale, lean that chest forward, create a little bit of length here. As you exhale, bring that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Take a nice inhale, wave that spine forward again. Exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. You can always have some blocks here if you don't like having your hands in prayer. As you exhale, come back to center. Slowly lower that left knee down. Take an inhale, coming up all the way if you'd like, or your hands can stay here on blocks or forearms at the top of the thighs. As you exhale, slowly let those hips sink down and forward. There's a little bit of action between the right heel, left knee. As you exhale, you can bring that left hand to a block. If you'd like, you can even bring that left forearm to the top of the left thigh. But take an inhale first to wave the spine long. Then find this twist. Bring that right shoulder towards the back. If you'd like a little stretch in that quad, you can lift up that left foot. Maybe it just lifts. Maybe you take hold of behind, so on the top of your ankle. But keep that length. Inhale, grow long again through the spine. You can flex into the foot, draw closer if you like. Exhale, release, come back towards center. Take a nice inhale, wave the spine long. As you exhale, send those hips back, half pyramid. Keep that front knee bent, making sure that the low belly, bottom of the ribs is connecting. You can take another inhale, grow long, maybe exhale, maybe the heart melts forward. As you inhale, come back forward. Unfurl everything, send that right foot back. Lower those knees, lower down, hips lower. Shoulder blades glide down your back. Press those toenails down. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, lower down. Send it back to downward dog. Hips go high. Take a nice big inhale, cleansing, clearing exhale. Inhale, soften down to the earth. Bend those knees, bend the elbows, and then bring the feet back up underneath hips. Take a nice little inhale for a little half lift. As you exhale, weight back in those heels. Bring that torso up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, weight back in the heels and the hips. Send it back in a chair. Exhale, twist from the belly. Bring that right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Take a nice inhale to wave the spine long. Exhale, come back up to chair. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, this time send that right foot back. Bring that torso up. Inhale. As you exhale, twist. Use that core. Left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale it back up to center. As you exhale, find that length. Bring that chest forward. So if you're hinging forward from your hips, keeping all that length in the spine, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, wave the spine long. And come down to a block. Twisting that left elbow back. Come back towards center. As you exhale, slowly lower that right knee down. Inhale long through the spine. You can come all the way up if that feels good to you. Little action between the knee and the heel to soften those hips down, creating that support in the low back. As you exhale, you can bring your forearm here, inhale the spine long, or you can bring a block to the right and then twist that left shoulder back. Stay long here through the crown of the head. You can bend into that right leg. Maybe that's just a beautiful stretch. You can take hold of behind on the top of the ankle, flexing into the foot. Maybe you draw it in, but maintain that length. Open the chest. Exhale, come back towards center. Inhale, wave the spine long. Exhale, send the hips back. Front knee can be bent. Inhale. Maybe you lower that heart down a little bit more. Inhale, come back forward. Find that downward facing dog. Untuck the back knee. Inhale it back to plank. Exhale, lower those knees, elbows in. Inhale, baby cobra or full cobra. Exhale it back to downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale, clearing, cleansing exhale. Then really feel those hands and feet fan out the fingers, fan out the toes, the hands and the feet pressing into earth. And then lift up that right hand, bring it to the left hip, the left knee, or maybe really reaching back for that left calf. Take the gaze underneath left armpit. Big deep inhale, cleansing, clearing exhale. Bring that right hand back down. Maybe take some little mini waves of the spine. Little reset. Then once again, feel into the hands and feet, fan out the toes. Feel all corners of your palm of your hand and then your tips of your fingers gripping in. Same with your feet. Behind the big toe, behind the pinky, and then pinky and big toe down, heel down. Feeling nice and sturdy. Press that right hand down, lift up the left hand, bring it to the right hip, right knee, maybe down to that right ankle. Take gaze underneath your right armpit. Big deep inhale, clearing exhale. Come back towards center again. Take time. Maybe you want to wave. Find little undulating movements here in your spine. Part of twisting and looking back is cleansing. Figuring out what do we not need to carry with us? What needs to move through? Take a look forward to the hands. Take a big deep bend in those knees. Bring those feet directly underneath hips. Forward fold. On your next inhale, find that little half lift. Wave the spine long. As you exhale, send weight back in the heels, weight back in the hips, then unhinge here. So you're using your core. Inhale it up. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Take a nice inhale, send those hips back, weight back in the heels, weight back in the hips. As you exhale, twist from the belly, bring that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Take a nice inhale to wave the spine long. Option here, you can stay here. It's nice to have those blocks just in case you need them. You can come back towards center, or you can bring that left foot back, just maintaining that twist. Inhale, find some length in the spine. As you exhale, come back towards center. You can bend the back knee, then unhinge, coming up to crescent. Inhale it up. As you exhale, bring that left foot in slightly, lower that heel down. Hips are gonna stay square. I really like to have blocks here for this one. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, fold over, so hinging forward in the hips, draw that right hip back, coming into pyramid. When you get to where you feel just this nice stretch, take a pause. Take an inhale to wave the spine long. As you exhale, keep drawing that right hip back. Maybe the heart lowers a little bit more. Spend some time here with breath. Inhale, long through the spine. Exhale, maybe there's a little bit softening. Then inhale, grow long through the spine again. Draw that right hip back. Bringing the left hand to the outside of the right leg. It can come down to the floor if you'd like, or maybe it's coming just to that upper knee. Maybe it's coming down to a block. Keeping that right hip dragged back, keeping all that length in the spine. Now twist, open up that right shoulder. This is a pretty intense twist. And keep that shoulder opening. Maybe gaze goes up towards the right hand as that right hip draws back. Inhale. As you exhale, come back towards center. Wave that spine long. As you exhale, deepen in the knee, bring that left foot to meet, forward fold. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, bend those knees, bring that torso up, use your core. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Whenever you're ready, take an inhale, send those hips back, weight back in the heels. Inhale it to chair. As you exhale, twist, use your core. That's part of twisting, is strengthening the core. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Take a little moment to inhale, go long through the spine, then maybe twist a little deeper. Option, you can come back towards center. You can use hands here on a block, just kind of a mini twist. Doesn't need to be super twisted. But wherever you are, then we'll send that right foot back. Take an inhale, long here through the spine. Maybe twist a little bit more on the exhale. And then unfurl, come back towards center. Inhale, go long through the spine. As you exhale, come up to crescent. Bring that right foot back in a little bit. So the toes are still pointing slightly towards the right, heel is softening down. Hips are forward. Inhale, grow long through that spine. As you exhale, let those hips hinge forward. Let that left hip drop back, coming into pyramid. Taking a little time here. So each inhale, wave that spine long, crown of the head forward. Keep that left hip drawing back. It might want to kick up, or it might want to draw forward, or both. But keep it kind of, if you were to put your left thumb into that hip crease and draw it back. Take an inhale, wave the spine long. As you exhale, lower down. Spend some time just kind of exploring that stretch for a minute. Keep that left hip drawing back. Then as you're ready, inhale, find some length. As you exhale, right hand comes to the outside of that left leg. Keep that left hip drawing back. Inhale, wave the spine long again. Make sure that there's nice length there. And then start to spin as that left hip keeps drawing back. Left shoulder opens. Maybe gaze goes up, maybe it goes down. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Keep that left hip drawing back. Pretty intense stretch, pretty intense twist. Exhale. Be gentle on yourself for that one. Bring that right foot to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold, deep bend in the knees. As you're ready, take an inhale, go long here through the spine. As you exhale, soften into the knees, weight back in heels and hips. Exhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, then come to the long edge of your mat. Bring those legs nice and wide. This is probably by far one of my favorite kind of cleansing circular things. So as we move through this, kind of think of it as moving meditation. As we kind of move in this big circle in each direction, let yourself be allowed to let go, let yourself grieve, let yourself be excited, let yourself feel joy, whatever it is. We're going into a new year, it can bring lots of emotions. So inhale, bring those arms up overhead, shoulder blades glide down the back. Soften into the knees here. So we're not stiff as we move through this breathing, cleansing, clearing. Stay soft in the knees. As you exhale, we're going to turn towards the right. Then exhale, it's that hinging forward that we've been doing a lot. Hinge over that right foot. As you exhale, then bend into the left knee. Bring that torso, even sweep the fingers across your mat. Then sort of soft straighten into that leg. Bring that torso up. So use your core here, coming all the way up. And then I'm just going to let you go, but keep those knees soft. Hinge forward. Sweep. Inhale it up. And get that big circle, the moon, the sun that's been rising, falling this whole year. Inhale, maybe even think of what you're bringing rising into this next year. As you exhale, cleansing, clearing. Maybe there's seeds that you're planting. Bring it up. We're gonna meet here. And this time as you exhale, turn towards the left. Hinge forward here. So we're using that core staying engaged. Knees are soft though. Exhale, sweep across the front. Inhale it up. Being intentional about this movement, intentional about your looking back and looking forward. When we twist, we look in all directions. Let's go one more time. Soften down. Use that core. Keep that length to come all the way up. As you exhale, let's just forward fold. Hinge forward at the hips. Prasarita Padottanasana. It's a nice letting go. Maybe take an inhale once you're towards the bottom to create a little bit of length. Then as you exhale, let the head feel heavy. Hands can wrap around towards the back. They can reach for the back wall or just soften in front of your face. Take another little half lift here. Walk those feet inward, but not all the way. Keep the toes the same direction as the knees as those hips slowly soften towards the mat, coming all the way down. Beautiful work. And then we'll just lay down nice and softly. Give your body a moment just to land on the mat, wherever that is for you. Maybe it's feet hip width apart, knees softening in. Let your body reorient to this position for just a couple breaths. And we'll draw that right knee into chest. Extend the left leg down the length of the mat. One last twist to reset the spine. Right arm comes out to the side. Draw that right knee over towards the left as right shoulder blade stays on the mat. Your gaze can go over to the right fingertips. Exhale. Allow your entire body to soften. Release any tension in between shoulder blades, tops of shoulders. Just allowing yourself to move through, reflecting and examining in a soft and easy manner. Inhale, bring that knee back towards center. Give it a nice little squeeze, little compression in the hip socket. Then we'll switch out, draw that left knee and extend the right leg out. Bring that left knee gently towards the right. Left arm is open. Left shoulder blade softens towards the mat. Gaze can go over the left fingertips. Again, let that exhale release some tension around your eyes, your jaw. Let your whole body soften toward your mat. Anywhere that you might be hovering, just let that go. Inhale, back towards center. Give those knees one more nice little squeeze, or really any last bit of movement that you are feeling your body is needing. Maybe it's happy baby, maybe it's a bridge pose. If you're doing plow pose, please be careful. Keep that space in the cervical spine and your neck safe. And once you've gotten all that last bit of movement out of your body, find yourself in Shavasana, which could be the most important pose, especially after twisting We've moved some fascial tissue around. We've kind of reorganized, created length, and this allows the myofascial tissue to cool down in a reorganized pattern. So we'll spend a couple minutes here, but as always, you can spend as much time as you like. But first, let's take a big inhale. Once again, expand the low belly. Let that breath travel all the way up the spine to the collarbone, to the crown of your head. As you exhale, open your jaw. Last big, deep inhale. Cleansing, clearing exhale. And just give yourself a few moments of silence and peace, calm. Again, feel free to stay in this resting pose as long as you'd like. You could pause here, and when you're ready, start to make some movements in fingers and toes, maybe circling of the ankles and the wrists. When you feel ready, you can inhale, bring those arms overhead, point the toes down the length of the mat. As you exhale, feel free to bring knees all the way to chest, or just bring your knees, soles of the feet to the mat. You can rock from side to side, or just move your neck and head from side to side. And as you're ready, gently find a side that feels soft and easy to breathe, and roll over to that side and take a moment to pause. Let your cheek rest on your bicep. Let yourself pause for a sense of gratitude for taking time for yourself today. Sense of gratitude for all you've accomplished this past year. And then slowly and gently press yourself all the way up to seated. Bringing one foot in front of the other. And again, as always, make this as comfortable as possible. So if it's having some blocks to soften into the hip creases, go ahead and do so. Let those knees fall open. Take a moment, kind of sway a little bit side to side. Feel those sits bones softening down. Take an inhale. Feel that length in your spine as you exhale. Allow the shoulder blades to draw around your spine. Soften the tops of your shoulders. If you like, you can bring your hands to heart center. So the coming together of opposites heals all opposites. Letting your head just bow gently to your heart. taking another little moment of reflection of self, being gentle and easy as you move forward. And the quote I leave you with today is from Albert Einstein: learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you guys so much.